And here they are, the famous graffitis of Rio. So the next destination in Rio is the Royal Portuguese Library, and we just arrived, just came and took the metro. And guys, I do recommend the metro in Rio. It's clean, it's efficient, it has major stops at major highlight points in the city. So, and we arrived in front of the Royal Portuguese Library. Small little building, definitely. Hopefully it's a little bit deeper, but we'll find out. Yeah, and the stop that I took from Copacabana was Uruguaiana. So it drops you off a few meters this way, and you just come and behold. So I thought it would be a little bit bigger. It's quite quiet here, so I gotta keep my voice lower. So guys, if you do come here at the Royal Portuguese Library, do explore the neighborhood as well. That's some really awesome architecture. As you can see right here, some colorful buildings. Not sure if the church is open, probably gonna go and check it out. But you know, it's quite nice. So right between the Royal Portuguese Library and the next destination, which is gonna be the murals, the graffitis of Rio, which are pretty phenomenal. We've seen a little bit. There's the church of Nostra Signora della Candelaria, which is a church tucked right between all these big buildings. Right here in the back, I'm gonna turn it for a sec. You can see a little bit better. It's quite massive. Not very decorated on the outside, but we'll see how it is on the inside. This is how the interior looks like. It's quite fascinating, the architecture in this one. Can't see very well the colors because it's quite dark. You know, I'm overexposing a little bit right now in order for you guys to see a little bit better. But it's not like large, but it has a massive look to it. You know, it's a lot of concrete, no doubt. You know, it's quite heavy, that ceiling, from what it looks like. So in the meantime, while I was, you know, photographing and doing a little bit of, you know, talking, someone did interrupt me and, you know, kind of told me to be careful exactly what I'm flashing my gear and stuff like that. I know it's you know, a dangerous city in certain parts, guys, but you know, you gotta take the normal precautions. You gotta use common sense pretty much wherever you go. You know, my gear is kind of covered up in tape and a whole bunch of stuff. It looks very rough, but you know, it's always good to keep in mind pretty much of your surrounding. You know, the people that you see around, their behavior, you know, the way they look at you, and so on. You know, but again, it can happen anywhere. You know, you gotta do the best in order to protect yourself, protect your property, protect your belongings. So, you know, we'll see how it goes. You know, so far Rio has been excellent. You know, hopefully it's gonna continue this way. You know, I'm not gonna create false illusions in my head, but again, I'm also gonna keep you know, a precautious mindset. So finally, some blue skies. Definitely well deserved. You know, it's been quite a bit since I saw blue skies. You know, you're expecting to come to Rio when it's almost summer and you have consecutive days of rain. You know, yesterday I just stayed completely in the house. Went out for some grocery shopping, that was pretty much it. The second time is when I went and hit the gym, but that was pretty much it. As I said earlier, you know, the murals are the biggest ones in the world, the longest one in the world. Not exactly how you should categorize it, but it took the artist, I believe, 2 months working 12-hour days right before the Olympics opened. So you know, he put quite a bit of work into it. Yeah, these were inaugurated in 2016, right before the Olympics here in Rio. So you know, ever since then, they became one of the major attractions in the city. This one's quite interesting. I don't know if you guys can see through the windows very well or not, but it looks like it's just a facade. There's nothing behind it. You can see the building behind it. Again. Here's a rather, I don't know, sad graffiti. I don't know if she's crying or not. Whatever that means. Amor, something about love, Esperanto. Anyway, quite interesting. Hair blowing in the air. And here they are, the famous graffitis of Rio. Yeah, I think this is the Mursi woman of Ethiopia. And then let's see what else we have. I'll come back and take some photos later on. Looks like we have the Kaiyan woman of Thailand, you know, with the famous neck rings. Man, you can see some of the details in the eyes. Yeah, definitely you can tell he put 12-hour days for 2 months continuously. And then the Tajapo, I think you say, Tajapo kid from Brazil. Let's see if we can cross. And I'll probably come back afterwards and take some decent photos. Yep, quite nice. The fourth one, what do we have? The Soupy man. Northern Europe, Scandinavia area. Maybe Russia? Not sure exactly. They probably roam all over that region. And then lastly, but not least, the Huli man of Papua New Guinea. You know, representing I guess the Australia and Oceania. Quite nice. Man, I should probably be careful with the train tracks here. Check it out right here. I'm gonna zoom a little bit. It's quite fascinating. You know, painting all that detail. I mean, look at the eye catch in the eye. You know, that's quite fascinating. Maintaining all that detail on brick. It's quite nice. So what's behind the graffitis? It looks like it's just a parking garage. That's pretty much it. You know, this is the facade of a parking garage. You know, quite nice facade. But... And what do we have here? Another sign, a small sign. It has enough beautiful spots that it doesn't need the city sign. The thing that I've seen all over Rio are these elephants. I have no idea what the deal is with these elephants. A whole bunch of painted elephants, different colors, different shapes, different themes. But definitely gotta find out what's up with these elephants. So it's quite interesting to see all these nice buildings, nice architecture, stuck right between the gigantic skyscrapers. You know, check out this little church that we have right here. It's quite fascinating. Has a nice contrast between the orange and the white. But then the back, you know, it's packed with apartment buildings and a whole bunch of functional administrative buildings. But yeah, again, check it out. So if you go a little bit deeper within Rio, you'll find you know, multiple museums, you know, National Theater, City Theater. Looks actually quite nice. You know, there's a whole bunch, you know, a whole bunch more to Rio than just beaches and you know, nice mountains and everything. You know, it's quite the cultural center as well. So. Looks very similar to an aqueduct, doesn't it? It's coming out of the modern buildings of Rio, and it's going, who knows, well, in the old ones. So a little comparison there. But the sun is so beautiful. And here we have the famous streets, the colorful streets, tile streets, Celeron. So as you guys can see, it's all plated with different things, cultural things from Rio, little flags, and a whole bunch of other ones. Some of them seem to be, you know, representative. Others seem to show different things from around the world. Like in that case, the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco. Look at that, we got universities, Texas Tech. You got some stuff from Jerusalem, but also some Muslim art too. So Islamic art, probably better defined. But you get stuff all over. You got a little kangaroo from Australia. Yeah, it's quite fascinating. Padova. Someone took a towel and put it from Padova. New York. Padova again. The Colosseum. It's quite funny. At the end, you have the Brazilian flag made out of tiles. But until then, we got more. Here's an interesting one. A lady, a pregnant lady. You can actually see the fetus. A loved one. Flowers. Herbs. Waves, maybe. And Saint Anthony. And this is at the end, almost at the end. We got a little bit more. Maybe to the left, maybe not. But yeah, let's go and check it out. Maybe this was put up in 2010, according to the tile. But it's like we have some poetry as well, or just names of people. That's pretty much what it looks like, just names. Yeah, the top seems to be the end, but we have 3 little pieces of art depicting Mona Lisa. One has a devil. One has a black Mozart. Not sure about the third. You guys make a guess about that. And here we have more graffiti walls, you know, map of the world where people seem to sign their name, and a map of Brazil, very close map of Brazil, where people also sign their name. It's quite a bit of art in this neighborhood here, where we have the Celeron stairs, you know, quite colorful, quite a few bars, you know, maybe some may call it hip. Probably the right term nowadays. So guys, that's how another episode from Rio concludes. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. It was beautiful. The Celeron stairs were phenomenal. Lots and lots of colors. You know, Rio in general, it's just super cool to see that much diversity, cultural, colonial, modern architecture, like the videos, the little clips that I showed you in this episode. Until next time, if you have any comments, just leave them down below. Subscribe, it's always appreciated. Share with your friends if they have a couple of minutes. But until then, gratitude should be the only attitude. Peace.